Morning, everybody. So, morning outlook for today. We've had a few moves happen. I'm currently in one at the moment. Riding nice. Let's have a. Where are we? No, not that one. Not that one. There, folder, no, it's there. Okay, so we had a lovely 1-7 yesterday on the GA, 18 bar range. I came to it. I was here early this morning, so around 4, moved this a little bit to where it touched. And then London's opened, and we've had a push out of London to recover some orders here. Stop loss here at the bottom of that, and I always pad it by 5. And then I wait for something called double mitigation, as it's mitigated that candle there. So it's took them orders back. We're at the low of the month. It's just broke this structure here. Nice big push straight through. It's held it. We've had a retracement back to this candle where they pushed the orders away from. My little entry was sat here as I saw this happening. I put my pending here, below my candle, padded it by 5. We're currently riding, what are we at the moment? We've been up to a 1-to-1, currently 0.6, but trade plan is leave it, let it do its thing, or walk away. If it goes the other way, it goes the other way. Part and parcel of it. It's happened with the GU this morning. Okay, similar sort of thing, but I think we're at the top end of the month. No, we're down. Yeah, we're at the top. Bottom, that's half. Sorry, we're at the bottom half of the month price wise. So we're in like the 71 zone, between the 88 and the 71 zone of the month. So it's a bit of a decisional area, really. We've just touched a price here, which is this horizontal ray. That was a price from back there. So you could possibly see a pushback. If you did have a pending side of that candle, you would have caught that move, depending how big the stop loss is from the previous candle. So yeah, I'll possibly look for it to come back at least to fill this order here, because that's all pretty nice, really. They've bought, sold, touched back, took down, filled these orders here. Now they're making the move because this is all clear price line now. Took all the stop losses out here. Anyone who were trailing, they're out. There's nobody there. Possibly something down here, but I trade per day, so this is me. And for me, I've either had the high or the low of the day, one of the two out of my. So I could possibly look for it to come up here. And this is why we say patience is key. It looks a long way, but it can happen. That happened in a day. Just depends who's moving what and when they're moving it and where they're moving it. If the edge stack probability stacked with your edge, say if you have a 1-to-5 ratio, you've only got to win one of them to be profitable out of 5 trades. We've done the GA, the GC. No, I've not moved the GC this morning. So Now everything's moved. Drop this down. And that would have been a loss because I was going off that candle. It's gone down into a different price range. It's broke yesterday's coming out, so that's possibly a high point for the day, and that candle falls nicely within the 88 range, so you could possibly switch that because the monthly same were coming down. That's a lovely candle, that it's touching nicely. So by the end of today, I'd possibly look for that. Go back to that point. Go back down to its low. I always like to put that at 12 o'clock. Keep things nice and tidy. Plan half of the day, watch the second half of the day play out. Okay, this hasn't moved since I last, but we have a lovely candle here. There's a bit of action here, but it's quite nice action really. It's touched. That's given me a big push. It's tried to get there a couple of times. Well, the bulls have pushed it back every time. We're creating higher lows. See how we broke the structure there. It came back to get them. So you're going to possibly see now another little flag down, possibly a push back to this candle. There might be something in here in the 5 minute. Possibly push back. It'll touch down. This is all probability. What the probability says, we've got an engulfing setup. Little red, big green, imbalance, coming out of manufactured liquidity, drawing interest. Oh, we've created a high, might be going down. Oh, we've created a low, it might be going up. People are putting orders here. We're sat over here waiting for them to come and get that back. Thank you. And we're off. Even if it goes back to its previous high, I've got a 1 to 4 out of it, and I've not had to move. It's looking at a 1 to 5, if I'm honest, as that was 50% of yesterday's trading volume. So anyway, GC, I've not moved the GC. Let's just readjust. I went out for a nice walk this morning. I was up a bit early, about 4:30. So where are we on the monthly? That's the main. I've actually got, yeah, it's wires. It's better. 50% light black, so I can see it. So we're actually at the 50% of the month, so it's a very, very decisional area, this. We've been here before in the month. And as you can see, there was no trade that day, possibly, but I couldn't find one. We've got a little push here. I know it's gone into a big push, but ultimately, we've got some orders here. In fact, let me just zoom out and have a look. Right, so we've actually created a new high here and a new high here, but then we've broke it again. But ultimately, we've got a higher low. I know it's broke, retested. That's been touched. So we could possibly be looking for it to carry on up. So I would only be looking for buys in this situation. As you can see, we've had the push off, we've had a bit of manufactured liquidation, push off to take all these out. And it did come back to touch that, but that was ultimately where the push happened. So rinse and repeat, same process. Set pending, set stop loss, 5 pip stop loss above whatever your stop loss is. So I've got a 10 pip stop loss on that one. Looking for it just to come back to 50% of the month. It's a doable task, don't you think? And if we have a look back, will the 4 be a bit too much? How many times has it touched the 50%? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Will my profit be in the 10th one? We don't know. I might take a 1% loss. I might also take a 9% gain. If it goes to the 50% mark, that's my 50% mark, is it? Where the black line is? No, that's the black line, isn't it? Sorry, let me look. Yeah. So if it just goes back to the 50% line of where we are, it's a 128. And it's touched that 12 times this month. It's just stacking things in your favor. Yes, well, we've had, I think that ended. A 1 to 3. But I like to keep it filled with my box to keep everything neat and tidy. Anyway, GN. What's the GN saying? Just move my fib a little bit. Okay. So yesterday, we had a loss on this one yesterday. But we are at the bottom price, and it's been creating high lows, high highs. So something's happening. We had a little bit of liquidity here, push off, push down, take everyone out. They're building up for something. We've got a little nice up, take everybody out because they're trailing the stop losses. And we had a push here. When was that? Yesterday at New York, we had a push. Pound NZD. So that gives me this area of interest. It falls within the 71 and 88 of yesterday's trading. Yes, ultimately looks like we're heading up. They need that money back. So I'm going to set my little pending here. Possibly just as New York opens, we're going to see some drastic candles happen. Same again. 9 pip stop loss on that. If it goes the other way, I've lost 1%. If it goes the right way, I've gained 6%. So if that one trade comes in, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one don't have to come in. They can all be losses. Every single one of them, as long as that one's the winner. If that one's not the winner, reset, readjust tomorrow. There's always moves. Algorithms must run on a time loop. just follow what you see. Matching them, matching them, matching them. New York, when all the volume sort of happens, this area here, between 7 and 12. Bang. All that imbalance. Tried to take it, took half of the imbalance. Come back to the half imbalance, which fell at 50% of yesterday's trading. Couldn't get through. There's a heavy price action going on there. Blasted through, retested, flagged up. Now we're at sort of a peak, so we could possibly see a drop to take that, pick that up, and away they go. Who knows? Let's have a quick look at gold, because I know my good friend Jeff likes gold. Oh, where's gold gone? That's strange. Oh, I forgot it on. Let's see. Don't think I've moved this. Right, respected it anyway. Because that began in an uptrend. Take that to midnight. And it has just touched that banker's candle there. There's a 15-minute candle back there with some IPA on it, and they've actually just took that out. What's the daily saying? There is no, that's been taken. So we are at a nice reversal zone because we're at the 88 of the month. Let me just, yeah, we're at the 88 for the month. It's been quite a volatile month for gold this month, as you can see. I'm guessing down to the wall, really. Uncertainty in the countries and the world. Just when it all started to kick off, beginning of March. Now we're sort of back in its comfort zone. See how it's matching itself. We've just filled some orders that I found in the 15-minute. There is another little one down here. Let's just go back. See how close they are. Well, these moves happen all the time. 1 to 12, 1 to 7, 1 to 7. It's just being at the right computer when the pushes happen to set the pendings. Right, so we've got that one that's just taken back, and that's quite a big fill, that. So that would have filled everything previous, and you've got that gap there now of 621 pip of indecisive area. So it's definitely trade carefully. It could possibly come down to take that before moving back up, because we are at a very low point. We're back to where price should be. Obviously on the daily it looks, you can see it more promptly on the daily. Okay, so we have these push-offs. Probably be something in here down in the early days, hour, 5 minute, which could have linked you to that candle there. or you've had that break, but not quite broke that, but you've broke the internal structure, push off. You've had your buy in there, stop loss down here. You'd have caught that move over the month. That's in the daily. They happen in every time frame. Obviously, the war happened, push price. Now we're back. Nice price. Possibly see it come down to take this candle out here. That's why I drilled in a bit to try and find the actual big candle on the big move in the time frame. Which brought me to there. About 1890, something like that. So yeah, in decisional area at the moment, we could possibly look for it to turn around here. If not, it's here. Engulfing setup. Got a little dip down to the true price line of where it was. Should have carried on going that way, but it didn't. The banks thought, you know what, something's coming. I'm gonna dump some money. Put the price of gold up. Let's do it. What happened? Poof. See ya. Okay, so that's gold. That's all pairs. Stop sharing that I'm looking at. I shall do a follow up this evening. See what happens with all trades today. Win, loss, regardless. Hope you all have a lovely morning, afternoon. I'm going to go sit in the garden now with a coffee, get a bit of a book down me, I think. See you on the next one.